Now, a couple of things before I start. First of all, an apology, and the apology is because I pulled this recipe out of the paper, and when I cut it out, I obviously missed the person whose recipe it was. So I apologise if I've stolen your recipe and I'm not giving you credit for it, because I have no idea. Secondly, they called it a muesli bar. Whether I'd call it a muesli bar, it's very tasty and that's fine, but I don't know. Don't know whether it's a muesli bar, but anyway, it's not my recipe, so, and I've stolen it from somebody. 75 grams of wholemeal plain flour, 45 grams of desiccated coconut. I suppose it's got muesli type things, hasn't it? 35 grams of pepitos, which are pumpkin seeds, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, just out of interest, what I've got over here is I've got some dates, and they're pitted, and I have just put them into hot water for about 5 minutes. So we're going to whiz this up first, and then we'll start worrying about the dates. On. Always helps to put the on button. When that's well mixed, you put the dates in one at a time. Now, these are only small dates, so I don't think I need to put them one at a time, do I? Maybe that's the reason. It's because they are quite tough. Then 180 grams of tahini. Last but not least, 140 grams of liquid honey. Noisy blasted things. Now, I don't know why I said that it's not a muesli bar, because I have to be honest, I've never made a muesli bar, so I don't quite know what's in it. Maybe it has dates and pepitos and coconut and all the things that I've just put in it. And I've lined this, just the bottom, so I've oiled it and then lined it with baking paper. And all we then do is make sure our baking paper stayed where it's supposed to, and just with a spoon, press this in. So press it down nice and firmly, so it's an even level, and into the oven, 160 degrees, preheated, and we cook that for about 15 or 20 minutes until it's golden around the edges, and then we cool it actually in the tray itself before we cut it into bars or into squares, whichever you like. All right, I've allowed this to cool, which looks good, doesn't it? You can see what they mean when they say it needs to be sort of brown around the edges. So let's just get it out. You should take the edges off, and I'll eat those, don't worry. They will not be wasted. I've never been much at decorating, but what I am good at is coming out with something interesting to go with it. Now, of course, cup of tea, smoothie, nice fresh juice, whatever. I like the idea of the black sherry, which is a Pedro Ximenez. And it's basically a fortified wine, but it's a sherry, and it's beautiful, sweet and gooey and all those nice things. And it will go beautifully with that.